Okay, I'm going to try ring Darren Toy now. Just tried to call Darren Toy, and it looks like he's quit from Kāinga Ora.
Hi, you've reached the phone of Darren Toy. I no longer work for Kāinga Ora. Could you please phone Mark Builder?
Darren Toy has quit Kāinga Ora, guys. He's given up. He can't do it. So I've just tried to call the other guy, Mark Builder, who's the regional manager for Kāinga Ora. I've just sent him a text message. Mark, David here from Rapid QS. Can you give me a bell when free regarding the townhouses in Rotorua? What a pussy. You know, obviously I just repriced one council project, and here we are. We're calling out every council in New Zealand. So it's cool, man. We've got a really interesting podcast with Chris Pink from Parliament next month, and I'm going to ask him some real hard-hitting questions around red tape and building and what we do about it all. So that's going to be super, super cool. My theory on it is if I do a bad job at Rapid QS, right? If I do, and no doubt there'll be people out there that don't like our reports, all good. If I do enough bad business that I make the NZ Herald, then we've got a fucking problem. If I do enough bad business that the NZ Herald comes after me, then I know I've got a real problem on my hands. If I make 5 or 6 errors every couple of months, that's not really, that could be expectations. Yeah, we fucked up, and I always offer a refund. But when you make the NZ Herald, you've done something wrong. So Roof Buddy, Kāinga Ora, and any of these group marketplace people that don't take accountability when things go wrong, they need to take accountability. If one day, mark my words, this video will be recorded. If Rapid QS ends up in the media because 50 builders went under using our QS reports, which are only an estimate, by the way, I'll be the first person to chuck on my fancy suit, go in front of the media, and I'll say, yeah, man, we fucked up, or no, we didn't fuck up. So it's kind of cool. I'm actually going to Roof Buddy's office tomorrow in Parnell, not to do an interview, but to discuss with them and how their system works. And then they've said they might let us do a podcast interview with them, but there's strictly no media at the moment. So I feel it's kind of cool that we got the opportunity to go in there at least. But yeah, I want to put the hammer down on them. And I also want to go out to the market and find out what everyone has said about Roof Buddy to date. But also I want to get a fair story. I don't want to be one-sided, you know, so...